Willie, that Liam Messam was named Player of the Match. He had a magnificent game.
He had a great game, and good to see the All Black team just announced in the last half hour or so, and Liam Messam back in the All Blacks. So, you know, we all wrap with that. Good to see him back in there. Jose Gear back in the squad, and the only casualty in terms of Māori All Blacks is Zach, I suppose, Zach Guilford. And Hikarewa, he would have been in there if there would have been a third hooker. But what a great night. Great to see that haka happening, Scotty, you know, and people don't realise that provincial New Zealand teams, they've never done that apart from Ngāti Pro East Coast. You know, they used to have all the Fijians and Bailey Mackey and all the boys used to be up the front there doing the haka. So Ngāti Pro East Coast used to do it, but it hasn't been done in the other provinces, and that's why we love the Chiefs, I suppose, the real taha Māori perspective to the Chiefs.
And it galvanises the team. A bit of culture galvanises the team together.
And they have Māori words for different moves, and just tremendous to see. The only disappointment I found out during the week was Dave Rennie's not one of us. I thought he was from Ngāti Pro.
Close enough.
Rarotonga was close enough. Derek Fox is over there, so we'll claim him.
Should we feel sorry for the Sharks there? Because when I was watching last night, the first 20 minutes the Sharks were in it, and then all of a sudden they just waned. They just fell away.
Well, you know, if I was a Chiefs supporter, I wouldn't get too carried away here. All right? Because if they weren't going to win last night, they would never, ever win the Super 15. If you can't beat an exhausted team on your home ground, then you can't be much chop. And a number of us predicted that result last night because the travel factor was just too much. The Sharks, in many ways, we're just about the best team in the competition. I hate saying that because I love the Chiefs, but it was an unfair contest.
Should there have been a rest week in between the semi and the final?
Should have been a week.
Give them a fighting chance?
Well, to give them a chance. They had no chance. If the Chiefs had lost, it would have been shameful. Because, you know, they had everything in their favour. And I got to tell you, for that first 20 minutes, I was a bit sort of worried because I thought, you better watch out, boys.
That's when I went to get my hot dog in the first 20 minutes. I was going, this is not looking good. I need a hot dog. I need a hot dog.
But you're not a true Blues sort of rugby supporter. You know, you just go for the hot dogs and the bus ride from Rotorua with the Waka Rugby Club. I mean, you know, no, but if you look at that first 20 minutes, if the Sharks had scored then, it might have been a different game. Might have been a different game. And Cruden was off his game in the first 20. I was thinking, what are you doing, Cruden? What are you doing? You stupid chip. Like it was an average game from Aaron Cruden. And the Sharks threw everything at them. But what they needed was conversion. They needed a try.
Liam and Te Reo were fantastic.
Oh, you know, that Liam Messam is magnificent. And I would have been so upset. And I did say that in the show, didn't I, a few months back?
Yes, okay,
I said Liam Messam must be there. Well, here's the other boy who should be there, Te Reo Latimer. Yeah. How come Te Reo can't make it? You know, I know that Sam Cane is a great young prospect, but the number one open side flanker for the Chiefs is Te Reo Latimer. And so and you can't say Rennie and Wayne Smith, who's the brains behind the Chiefs. They must know something that the All Black selectors don't know. Kane is a great prospect, but now Te Reo's at his peak. He's physically there, tremendous, and can't make it.
It's been 4 years since New Zealand has won a Super Rugby title. I think the Crusaders were the last team to win it in 2008. Right. The big question is, can the Chiefs build a dynasty now?
Well, I think, of course they can, but the difference here in New Zealand, here's the difference, Scotty. Every New Zealand team can win the Super 15. That's the difference.
Except for the Blues.
No, the Blues have won. The Blues have won 3. Yeah, so all you got to ask the question: can the Hurricanes win the Super 15? Well, they just beat the Chiefs, didn't they, before the playoffs? Can the Highlanders do it? Well, look how good the Highlanders are. You know, we run the Blues down. They went up to South Africa and beat the Bulls on their home patch, and then they took out the Brumbies. So that's the difference with the New Zealand section. In South Africa, you can't say the Cheetahs or Transvaal, the Lions are going to win it. In Australia, you can't say the Rebels or the Force are going to win it. That's the strength of the New Zealand competition. So mihi nui kia ngā Chiefs.
And they've brought through some players that other provinces didn't want. Andrew Horrell, Tamefuna. Players they've developed and brought
look
through.
at Cruden though. He goes there from the Hurricanes. You know, they've just you know, it's big mihi's got to go to Rennie and Wayne Smith. Well done, the Chiefs, but don't get too carried away. The Blues are coming back. The Blues are coming back next year.
Not a chance.
Shame on the Waikato Rugby Club.
What's wrong with the Waikato Rugby Club?
Your club lost by, what did they lose by?
No, never mind that.
Shame
okay,
on
let's carry on.
Waikato.
We're going through a development phase. Now, we had a fantastic response to our Māori language special Te Pūmanoa o Te Reo last weekend, and lots of you voted in our special online polls, and the results to the questions were: should Māori be mandatory in schools? And overwhelmingly 87% of you said yes, only 13% said no. You'll be happy with that, Willie.
Shame on you, Scotty. You're part of the 13%.
Is broadcasting a positive force for Te Reo? 98% were happy with broadcasting and only 2% said it wasn't a positive force for Te Reo. Is there political will to save Te Reo? Now, this was much closer. 51% said no and 49% said yes. And the final question, are you positive about the future of Te Reo Māori? 77% said yes and 23% said no. So most feel positive, and that's a great thing. And if you missed the program, you can check it out on demand.